Do you have rituals and best practices that you do before every single sales call or meeting? Or do you just hop on the call and start talking? Today, I'm going to share three things to do before you get on a call or meeting. What you do before you talk to a potential client is just as important as what you do during the call or meeting. And most people don't pay much attention to this pregame. So, here are a few things that you can do and that people who have sales training are doing on the regular before getting on a call with anyone. The good news is that there aren't things you need sales training to do. They're all pretty simple and they only take about 2 minutes. So, there's no reason to skip this. All right, the first one you might have heard of in some other context, or you might even already be using yourself. It's called visualizing success. This is something that Olympic athletes do all the time, visualizing, if they're a pole jumper, getting to the higher height, or if they're a gymnast, imagining, going through all those flips in their head, visualizing success. The way you can use it when you're getting on a sales call or meeting is you want to take those 2 minutes and do a few things to just get into that super positive state of like, yes, we're going to make this happen. And there's no right or wrong way to do this, but I'll share a few ways that I teach and that women have shared with me in my sales training program. So you can take a look at some of your wins with past clients. That gets you into this like really positive success energy. You can keep track of your wins in your phone or in a Google Doc. It just means every time someone shares with you like, thanks so much. That thing you taught me really helped. Or I just made another $50,000 because of what you taught me. You've put that in a note so that you can access it and look at it right before you get on a sales call or meeting. We call that tracking your wins. You also can imagine what it's going to feel like and look like and taste like and whatever you can do to bring it to life for yourself after they have said yes. And maybe yes on this call just means they've agreed to another meeting. Or maybe yes is they've gotten out their credit card and paid you for your products or services. Visualizing that moment and getting excited about it really helps you to, one, stay positive, but two, distract your brain from any negative thoughts or negative self-talk that could be happening right before a sales call or meeting. It's totally natural to feel nervous before you get on a sales call or meeting. And so visualizing success is a great way to distract your brain from that. So that's the first thing you want to do. But in these 2 minutes, you have time to do two more things. The second one is to really focus on serving. Meaning sometimes our ego can get very loud right before a sales call or meeting. Like, are they going to like me? What if they say no? What if I'm charging too much money? That other call didn't work out. What if this one doesn't work out either? There are all kinds of thoughts we can have that are really not at all about the person you're about to get on the call with. They're just about you and your ego being nervous about being rejected. Again, totally normal. But if you can shift and focus on serving, that'll really take away those nerves and put you in the proper state for getting on to this sales call or meeting. And sometimes I recommend people put a little Post-it right by their computer that just says, it's not about you. That'll really quiet down your ego and get you back to where you're supposed to be on these sales calls and meetings, which is thinking about what is the problem this person has? How can I help them gain some insights into it? And if I'm the right one to solve it, then help guide them to the solution that I have for them. This is a do with, not a do to method of selling. All right, the third thing is to wear their hat. And this is connected to the focus on serving. So wear their hat is my shortcut for when you go on the internet and do a little research about the person you're talking to. Please don't get on sales calls and meetings cold. Got to do that research and find out what are they posting on LinkedIn, or where do they just go on vacation if you can find them on Facebook or Instagram. This helps you to kind of wear their hat, like take off your hat, put it to the side. And what does it feel like to be in their life wearing their hat? If you're an entrepreneur and you're selling into, let's say, enterprises, corporate America, well, the lives of people who work in corporate are very different from yours. Let's say it's about to be Easter and maybe you're taking one day off, or you're Jewish, you're taking Passover off. That's it, one day. But if you're in corporate America, maybe they have a whole week off. So you want to think about, what does their life look like? And maybe ask questions like, oh, hey, I know it's end of year right now. Is this a crazy time with people trying to spend down their budgets? Or you guys under a lot of pressure to come up with a plan for next year? Like, what's it like in their world, personally and professionally? Doing that little bit of homework of wearing their hat will give you great things to talk about when you hop on the call. In my sales method, I teach to start with what we call connect. It's one of the 4 things you have to do on every sales call or meeting. And if you don't have something to connect around, your default is probably going to be the weather, right? That's what everybody talks about when they don't know what to talk about. But you don't want to be getting on calls talking about the weather. You want to be talking about, oh, hey, I noticed on your LinkedIn that you just changed jobs. Congratulations. How's it been settling in? Do they use the same kind of software that they did at your last company, or are you having to learn whole new systems right now? Those little nuggets can really help you to make a great connection when you get on the call. All right, so let's go back over those 3 things to do before every sales call or meeting. No sales training needed, and really just 2 minutes. 1, visualize success. Think about what it'll look like when they say yes, or when you get off this call and it's been super successful. There's no right way to do that, but there are a few tried and true ways. 2, make sure to focus on serving. If you're getting anxious or worked up, you're probably focused on yourself and like, what if they say no? Rather than, what do they need? How can I help them? How can I serve them on this call? The third thing is to wear their hat. Spend a little time doing research. That way you can find out what's going on in their world. Do they have 2 little pit bulls they just adopted and they have pictures up on the internet about them, and you can ask about those dogs. Oh, were those rescues? Did you get them from a breeder? Find out what's going on in their world so that you can connect with them in a more meaningful and authentic way. All right, I'd love to hear how those go. And if you're looking for sales training beyond just what to do before the call, what to do on the call, we are launching one more sales training program before the end of 2024. It's starting on November 20th, and you can learn more at millionwomen.com. Here, I'll throw that little banner up. If you go to millionwomen.com and click on programs, you'll see Sales Cure Live. It's a 4-week sprint where you get live training with me and lifetime access to all my sales training videos, which take some of the concepts you've been learning here with me and go way deeper on them so that you can use them in your business. There's a workbook where you do some personalizing of all this stuff so it applies directly to your business, and you'll come out with a script and some great tools so that you can close more deals before the end of 2024. This is go time for sales. I don't want you leaving money on the table. So reach out and set up a call if you want to learn more about Sales Cure Live. You can do that at scalewithjulia.co or just right there on that millionwomen.com website. In the meanwhile, I hope you'll use some of these easy tools the next time you are on a sales call or meeting, or before you get on the sales call or meeting, because really that's when the sale starts. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you back here, and stay brave and go big. Thanks for watching.